So don't we need a motion to open the meeting, or is that just for the hearing?
Yeah, motion to open the meeting.
We could.
I'll second that.
All right, polling the members. What did I lost my display here. I don't know what's going on.
You'll have to elevate me too, Bill.
Hey,
Elevate
1,
him.
2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, you got a full board.
hang on, let me knock this down again. Oh, I see. It was on minimized video. That's a new feature. Haven't seen that before. All right, so we have a motion and a second, polling the members. Sean? You're muted, Sean.
Space bar, Sean.
Yes. I did.
Vicky,
Yes.
Dave Chanel?
Yes.
Okay. And were you a voting member on that, Dave Funnioli?
Dave Funnioli was, I was not. He took my place. I had a conflict.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
Dave Funnioli, yes, and Darlene Sedano,
Yes.
and Bill Cadigan votes yes. Okay, the minutes are accepted. Thank you. Now, let's get back to the,
Was that the minutes or the opening of the meeting?
that was the minutes.
Okay.
So it is now, what do we got? Still only, it's not quite 6:15 on my
So 9.
clock. Let me look at this goofy,
So just for clarification, our next meeting, which is March 1st, that is going to be in person in the Selectmen's Chambers, correct?
well, it's a hybrid. So we need some people in the selectmen chambers and others can be somewhere else.
Okay. Is there a site walk scheduled yet?
This is out on,
Burgess. Dave Chanel, are you participating in that? You can't participate, right?
I'm not gonna, the fact that the applicant called me up to bend my ear on it is one thing. That was bad. And the second is that I'm on a butter. I know he reached out to others on the board too, trying to garner support, which is.
Yeah, he called me,
Oh,
but
yes.
I told him all I could offer was procedural conversation, and that was that. And I directed him to Beth.
Yeah, I gave him John Barrett's name from a legal perspective, but I mean, I'm gonna participate in person from the gallery.
I think on this one, it could be, I don't know, it could be, I haven't seen the application yet, but it could be complicated. The more people we have in person, I think the better on this.
Okay.
Just to facilitate dialogue. I don't know.
no, actually the application for relief from the building inspector's decision is
Straightforward.
not complex at all.
Yeah,
Oh, it's an appeal. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. Okay.
So would the board like to have a date scheduled for a site walk?
Yeah, I think we probably should. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to go on it, but you know, I maybe can get a ride over there.
I'll drive. Yeah, we'll pick you up.
When would you like to do that?
I don't know. What works? Saturday sometime?
On the weekend? Okay.
No, I probably would not participate in that either, just to let you know. So I'll just,
Okay. If it was during the week, preferably before dark, so
Yep.
it would have to be earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky, would a Saturday would be better for you, maybe?
I could try to do both. I mean,
Saturday wouldn't work for me because I have to work at the dump while my wife's in class till about noontime. I mean, I could do after 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay.
Well, you know, it may be enough for people to take a ride down there. And I mean, there's a barn, an existing barn, and then there's a apartment unit in the been built into the barn. And and a road. So you might want to just take a ride down there and look it over and instead of having a formal site walk, because it sounds like.
Okay. Yeah, because it's not much to see. You just drive to the end of the turnaround and turn around.
You can drive up there? It's a road, or is that his driveway?
We've got a lot of audio issues going on here.
A
from
lot of back,
multiple
a lot of back
folks.
feed too. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It stopped though. Maybe did someone just put their system on mute?
I think it's Sean.
Yeah, but it was Beth too.
Yeah.
Oh, she's admitting. She says it's her that she's
Well,
signing.
Beth and I are in close offices, so I just shut the door. Didn't have an impact. I don't know.
This may not work. All right. We need a motion to open the hearing.
Move to open the hearing.
Second,
Polling the members, Sean,
Yes.
Vicky,
yes.
Dave Chanel,
Yes.
Darlene Sedano,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes as well. Okay. So the clerk will read the notice and we'll go on from there.
All right. So, in accordance with Mass General Laws, Chapter 40A and Towns and Zoning Bylaws, the Towns and Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a remote access virtual public hearing on Wednesday, February 15th, 2023 at 6:15 on the application of John R. Williams for a special permit under zoning bylaws 145-36, 145-65. The applicant is proposing to repurpose the existing interior structure in a single-family residence under approval for accessory apartment use at 5 Ryan Road, map 5, Rep 9, Block 10, Lot 11, located at RB3 zoning district. Public remote only access to the meeting is via the following link. Parties wishing to speak in support of or in opposition to this application may do so at the hearing or in writing and prior to the hearing. Copies of the application are available for review from the town hall during business hours or by email at request for a digital copy to bfax@townsendmass.gov. William Cadigan, Chairman.
Thank you.
That wasn't me, by the way. I don't know if that was.
I think it's Bill.
So, Beth, I'm going to need a little help because I went through these documents and every time I look at this file, the times of the documents change. So
Okay.
if you could just lead us through, I know that there was one report of the Board of Health that said that everything was copacetic. And
Yep.
then there was another one that said, oh no, put an extra tank in there.
Yep.
And which is the prevailing opinion? Do we know?
Yesterday, the Board of Health approved the septic system design submitted, and they are all set for septic. They do need to put in a tank, but they have contracted a designer, so they're all set with the Board of Health.
Okay, good. And in terms of the area, I saw some exhibits. It looked like the floor area of the apartment was the 800-foot maximum.
Yeah.
And the 35% would have allowed 920 or something. I don't know, something like that.
They're
They have
compliant.
they have 690 for the area, so everything's well within the numbers.
Mhm.
Okay,
So can I ask a question out of the gate here?
sure.
All the accessory apartments we've done or that I've been involved in have been for family members. It's the regular criteria. For me, this is the first one we've had under affordable housing.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm not familiar with their rules. Is this kind of like the Board of Health? We said, okay, did you get what you need? Do you comply with that agency? Is this the same thing?
Can I take that? Chairman Cadigan, may I take
Sure.
that one? I
Yeah.
just had a meeting late afternoon with the town administrator about how to proceed. And essentially, you're issuing a special permit for an affordable accessory apartment with the conditions that are laid out in the bylaw.
Right.
So tonight, the you go through the bylaw as you normally would for a special permit, but you also confirm with the applicant that an affordable accessory apartment is the plan. And then just if I could add, we do need that as a written document. That's one thing that the application did not have. It had a thinking about it sentence. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
So what do we do? Go through the criteria and then we,
Yeah, I think it's just an addendum to the permit. I mean, it's an additional qualification.
It's conditions. Yeah. There will be conditions in the permit.
so you can grant the permit with that condition? Or
Yeah.
you don't have to have it and have
What
it?
what I would do, Darlene, when you or somebody else makes a motion, and, if everything complies, then you motion it, that it has to be in conformance with or pursuant to the bylaw section, which I don't have. The affordable housing portion of the accessory apartment,
It's section E.
section E.
Yep. 14536E.
You sent that out to us today, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
really
it was nice.
late. Yeah.
Be highlighted, but I don't have that with me. 'Cause
Yeah, but it was
Yes, you
in the
do.
packet. It was in the packet before.
I printed it out for you, Dave.
It's under the accessory apartment rules. It's C or forget.
Yeah, I printed it for you, David.
And Beth, you didn't highlight it nice.
I know, right? Yeah, 14536E.
E.
Oh, I might have your page 3. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm missing something.
Hold on.
I've been vindicated. All right.
All right, well, let's go through the first part of the permit, the normal part that we've dealt with before, and then we'll come back to this. All right? So we talked about the size of the lot is in specification for the bylaw, and the floor areas are fine, and the means of egress, I'm not sure. Has anybody checked those out?
I did have an inspector here and he checked it out.
Uh-huh.
The town
I-
inspector checked it out.
In looking at the plans, it just, I could see there was at least one egress. Is there more than one?
There's a window in the bedroom that's big enough for an egress.
And just to clarify, this unit, this in-law apartment, it was actually permitted back some years ago for one of your parents.
For Nancy's grandmother originally, and then her mother
Okay.
eventually ended up living it for a long time.
All right. So Beth, was this done through an appropriate application and a special permit back in the day?
No, there was no ZBA special permit, but there were building permits, right?
I was just trying to cut off all the extra work. If we already had a permit, we could just have to. Never mind. Oh well.
All right, has somebody got the criteria in front of them?
No. Oh, 1.14 acres was when you mentioned that.
Right. Yeah, this thing on the egress, I don't know. We've never had anybody propose a window as a means of egress. And you're supposed to have two, I believe. So, do we have anything from the building inspector on this? Can't hear you, Beth.
Not on the egress and ingress, but he did sign off on the dimensional requirements. So
Okay.
that may have been missed. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we would need to get a decision, an opinion from him on that. I think it's fine to use windows for exits in a extreme emergency, but if it's supposed to be two means of access and egress.
Per building code, I think is if the window's a certain size or larger, then it complies.
Yeah, it's a very big window.
Yeah.
And that's what he told us when he came to see.
Yeah. That's what the building inspector told us when he came to see the apartment. And he told us that we needed a certain kind of smoke detector, and I purchased them.
Okay. All right, anything else anybody has?
Probably should do the referrals, mandatory referrals.
Oh, that's a good point. Thank you. I read those before. Yeah.
I get a question on the Board of Health memorandum. Why does it say accessory apartment for family members only in compliance? And it's dated today. I thought it didn't have to be for the family member.
One sec.
It's on the packet you sent, Beth. It's like page 6. It's dated today.
That's one of those Board of Health reports you're talking about?
Yeah.
So the revised Board of Health memorandum doesn't, it says,
It's today's date,
yeah,
and it says in compliance, which is
Yep.
fine. But then it says go down a little bit. It says accessory apartment for family members only.
okay.
Where does it?
Yeah, I think that form is definitely dated. Yeah. I don't think that's a problem, but
Okay. The
really-
only reason why I had asked is because it was dated today to the paper.
yeah, but the form is an old form. But thank you for pointing that out, because yeah, it's just a standard form we use for all of them.
All right, so that's the first mandatory referral we've got, is that one you just talked about. And the second one, the Housing Authority says at their January 19th, 2023 meeting, the Housing Authority moved and unanimously approved to fully support the accessory apartment permit as an affordable apartment. And I think that's, I don't know who signed that, but I would bet it would be Lori, but I don't know, we'll see.
It wasn't Lori,
No? Wow.
Somebody just Shane.
but it was voted.
Okay, thanks. Then we have, the next one is Board of Selectmen. We support affordable accessory apartments in towns and defer to the expertise of the ZBA. And that's signed by Ronnie Kell. The Planning Board. I guess the Planning Board is no comment? Is that-
No, it's down there. It's typed.
Oh,
There's another typo by me.
The planning board voted and supported it.
oh, I see. Got it.
Did I sign that one?
You signed it by your
No,
vote.
no, there's no signature, Lori.
All I
It was
see-
by vote of the board on Monday night.
We believe you. The planning board approves of the permitting of accessory apartment at 5 Ryan Road. Good. And then we have the official square footage calculations, which is signed by somebody, I don't know who.
Eric Chartrand.
Oh, that's Eric. Well, we got to take our logo shouldn't be on that. That should be his logo, I would think.
Okay, I'll change that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because otherwise, you know, People are going to think we're involved.
Good point.
And then we got the water department says no water on Ryan. Okay, I guess that's okay then. And Conscom has no comment. And that's signed by the chairman, who's, of course, I can't remember his name. James Gates, I think, something like that. All right, so there's your mandatory referrals. What next?
What's your position,
Usually
Bill,
we-
on
you have
the, what about the egress? You
usually
got,
we-
if we can't settle on that without Eric signing off on it, what are we doing?
Yeah.
How big is the window? If I may, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
Who is this person speaking without no last name?
Sorry, I didn't set this one up. This is Laura Schifrin.
Okay, hi, Laura.
I didn't set this one up in my office, so, yeah. So in the past, when I've been with building inspectors, and I don't know if Darlene has heard this at all before, but, or even, you know, appraisers, if there is a window in the basement or lower level of a home that is big enough for someone to escape in, they consider that an egress. Maybe something from ask the building inspector, as well as something from the fire department to support that.
I think it's a building code thing and it's a certain measurement.
Yeah, yeah. So
I just don't know what it is.
yeah, so like usually if you know a split level home and their windows are so much smaller than a regular size window on the second floor, so, or the first level, whatever you want to call it, then they consider that an egress. So as long as it's escapable because it's for safety reasons. So if there's a fire, somebody can get out of it. If that size of that window, it accommodates that, I don't see a problem. I don't think the fire department would.
But Laura, that's actually a ZBA decision, not to push it down, but then that's the
I
point.
know, I'm just offering.
Let me finish, please. That's the point I was asking. If we have that question that we can't answer, we can go through the entire process and then continue this until the March 1st meeting. And then maybe then Beth can get to Eric or the police, the fire, whoever is going to give us a decisive decision on that, and then we can move forward.
You know what, while we're discussing that, what comes to mind with me is, from what I remember in real estate, in order to call a room a bedroom, it needs to have a window of a certain size that somebody could escape out of. I don't know if that's to be confused or in correlation with it actually being an egress for other purposes, but in order for a room to be called a bedroom.
Yeah, well, I think
The Townsend building inspector came out and looked at it.
Yeah, well,
Probably
we have to
is.
get confirmation from him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we can't deal with that. No, I mean, the bylaw, I don't think distinguishes between access and emergency egress. So if you don't have two standard means of egress, which are typically doors, then I don't know if we can accept a window emergency exit as one of those access egress. You certainly can't come in through the window. So, and it's everything everybody said is about emergency. I mean, I have an RV that the windows come out, but you know, for emergencies, but I wouldn't want to take them out because I can't imagine how they're going to go back together. But anyway.
Bill, that's what I would say. If we get something definitive from Eric once and for all, because we've never had this issue before. Someone's always had two doors.
Yeah.
If we get a definitive response from Eric for this application, then going forward, we can just rely on that position, but we just don't know.
Right, you got it. All right. So, what do you want to do? You want to continue with the with the hearing or just continue the hearing?
Well, I would think, I mean, we're all here, we're all dressed up and nowhere else to go. Why don't we, why don't we go through the process and just leave that as an open question, and then we can answer it really quickly with a reopening of the hearing on the first, and then close it, and then grant it if that's what we end up doing.
Okay,
Well, and that way we can also ask if there's any public comment, and if it's just that one thing left over, then maybe a bunch of people don't feel they have to come back for a second meeting. quick
Oh, for
meeting.
sure, for sure. But I would like to get a definitive answer next. I actually don't know.
Mm. Yeah, I
okay.
don't either.
So is somebody ready to make a motion on the first part of the permit?
Do we want to ask if there's any neighbors or public comment or anything? And I don't know if the applicants really, they didn't make a presentation. I don't know if we need them to, but I don't know if they have anything to add.
Yeah.
No.
Is there anybody out in the audience that wants to say anything?
Yeah, thank you. This is Chris and Mary Fabiano.
Hey, Chris, how
We're
you doing?
neighbors. Very good, Dave. How are you?
Living the dream.
Oh, yeah. You haven't changed, by the way.
Good or bad, I suppose.
And they're wrong. This TV does not put 25 pounds on you.
I'll put
You
the
look-
scale, okay.
You look good. So, well, look, thank you for the courtesy of the invitation and for giving us an opportunity to at least be asked our opinion about this. So, my wife and I were caught a little bit by surprise when we saw the notice. And our first reaction and our opinion still is that we do have an objection to opening up this neighborhood to apartments and rentals. We've lived here in this home since we built it about 30 years ago, and it's always been a community of single-family homes. We'd like to see it remain that way.
All right, thank you. Let's see, is there anything else to be said?
I'm his wife, Mary.
Yeah.
The thing that's nice about this neighborhood is we're okay with mother-in-law apartments. That's fine. We understand that concept. But this is Bayberry Crossing, and it's single family. And there's something I was going to say, and I forgot what it was. It opens the door to the neighborhood changing, and not for the best. I would like to see it remain Bayberry Crossing, single family housing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see, Darlene, are you ready to, well, should we talk about this affordable aspect of the thing now and then go back to the rest of it? Is that, okay.
Well, I'd like to make a comment to the Fabianos. I'm just, me and Nancy are just trying to find a way to make it so we can hold on to this house and keep it. We want to live in this neighborhood for a long time, and we want to find a way to live in this neighborhood for a long time. And this is a way that we can keep this house and make it so we can live here for a long time. And this is a way that we can do that and stay in the neighborhood.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we certainly appreciate that, and we do share that love of this neighborhood and the quality it provides for the people that live here. So we certainly recognize and appreciate your position on that. So it just the means by which you want to go about doing that is what we're objecting to, not your desire to stay here. We'd love to have you stay here. We really would.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, question for you. This application, they're asking for it for a relative to be in that apartment. They're not looking to just rent it out to anybody or everybody that might come along. Am I mistaken in that?
Yeah, no, this is under the affordable section, not the family section.
So it would be opening it up to anybody that
Anyone that
Anybody
applies for
qualifies.
affordable housing.
Meets the affordable guidelines for
And
rentals.
we really don't know what those are.
Yeah. Dave, there's a handwritten sheet that's attached to the application that's Dear Townsend zoning board members, and it explains what they want to do.
Okay, I perused it quickly and I apparently missed that concept.
Yeah, and then from reading the bylaw, an in-law apartment, for want of a better word, has to comply with all the rules and regs of the size of the lot, the square footage, and all the things that we go on and all these applications. I think we've had 2 or 3 in the last couple months.
Right.
But this is in addition to it. It's for low-income housing, whatever you want to call it, that has another page and a half of criteria that they have to comply with. Seems pretty arduous to me, but that's their choice.
So for the terminology of calling it an in-law apartment, it would probably be better classified as an accessory apartment. rather
Right,
than-
that's
Yeah.
right, Dave. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so basically we have we have the accessory apartment criteria, which is for family, and then this is the affordable accessory apartment. So this is additional criteria.
that was going to be my second question. Is this an either or both?
No. It
No?
has to comply with the traditional criteria that we've gone through. And then this is in addition to, which
Okay.
another agency handles kind of all the financial
Yeah.
aspect and
Yeah,
who
because of
qualifies.
the affordable, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and even if you read through the affordable provisions, it says that you cannot have a family member that qualifies. It's just kind of
Right.
counterintuitive to what the other one is.
Yeah.
So if they ever wanted to bring a family member and they couldn't do it under this application.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, the criteria are spelled out pretty good and pretty well in the bylaw.
Yeah.
So, constraints.
So if I could ask a question, you and the others that were involved in the previous, because I've been missing in the last couple of meetings. You guys just did an accessory apartment. Do you do 145/65 on the special permits first? Do you do the accessory first? What's the order of that?
You kind of have to do the accessory stuff first,
Yeah.
because then it would comply with the special permit criteria. If you don't meet the accessory, then you don't meet the special permit.
Okay. All right.
And some of it's kind of redundant a little bit too.
Yeah, but this one here requires us to do the accessory, the in-law apartment, if you will, and then the accessory requirements is after that. So it's kind of a twofer.
Even though I could never have an in-law apartment live.
Well, but the bylaw says that in addition to the requirements under section C, you got to comply with the following, and that's the accessory.
Section E,
Interesting.
the affordable accessory apartment? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, does somebody want to make some motions or whatever to get us going here?
Okay, let me go back to my original question. Can we make a motion if we don't know what the ruling is going to be on the egress and ingress?
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it seems to me if you had to put a door in instead of a window, that's not a big deal, but I don't know.
Well, that might change their mind whether they want to do this or not.
It wouldn't. If I had to put a door in, I would. I'm already
Well-
spending a lot of money doing what I have to do already.
Yeah, that septic system is going to cost you some money, I guess.
Yeah, I've already spent for the,
That's not our business. That's
Yeah,
not our.
exactly.
yeah.
I suspect then what we could do, Bill, and just as an open suggestion, is what we could go through the elements and any motion that was made, it could be subject to, if that's how the board comes down, it'd be subject to confirmation from the zoning enforcement officer that a window is sufficient. If not, then a door has to be put in, or something to that effect.
Yeah, right. That works for me.
Okay. I don't know if anybody else has got an issue with that, but I think then we wouldn't have to come back on March 1st, one way or the other.
All right.
Okay. All right, I'm going to defer to Darlene. She probably made all the other motions in the last. Well, I'll second whatever they are.
That's fine.
So we don't have to go through anything in E because everything it seems is by the other agency. So,
Right.
You
so
just
it's
make,
a matter of,
you just make it
No,
pursuant to. Yeah, just make it
And
pursuant.
we've gotten feedback from the Affordable Housing Committee that they're in favor of this. So, and they're the ones I think that do any negotiations as far as the affordability goes.
that's what I don't know. This is it has to be approved by the local initiative program and
Yeah,
comply with their requirements, but
Whatever that is.
yeah, is it that same agency?
Yeah, I think-
If I may, Chairman Cadigan, I have talked to, again, the town administrator, and we're prepared to help the applicant with the application.
Right. I would think everybody would be behind that, so.
Yep, we're prepared.
Yeah, okay, good.
All right, so we've done all the criteria then, so I can
I think
make
so.
a motion. I don't have the wording in front of me.
Darlene, before you make a motion, do we have to do findings of fact that the accessory apartment does comply with the certain square footage and dimensional?
But I don't know, do we have to make a motion? We just kind of listed all of them that
Or finding of fact, yeah, finding of facts. I don't remember. Right? Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this.
Yeah,
Right. It could be either way, I think. Whatever Darlene's comfortable with.
Hopefully.
Why me? Why not Sean or Vicky?
You're the longest standing person on the board, other than
All right, so then I'll make a motion that the proposed application fits the accessory apartment criteria 145-36 A through D. A through D?
Yeah, sounds good.
With the exception of not knowing about the egress, the window being an egress.
Darlene, could I just make a
Does that
suggestion on
matter?
that one? I would say subject to confirmation from I'm just adding to your motion if you agree with it. Subject
Wait, yes, subject to confirmation.
Subject to confirmation of the zoning enforcement officer's decision whether a window is comparable for a egress and
Second
ingress.
egress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
I thought so. It was just a rumor.
Yeah, I heard it. Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, polling the members. Vicky,
Yes.
Dave Chanel,
Yes.
Darlene Savano,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes. Okay, the motion carries. So now we have to do the special permit criteria.
Correct.
Okay.
Adequacy of site in terms of size for the proposed use. What did we say? It's 3/4 of an acre. It's 1.34 acres, and the required amount is 3/4.
Yeah, it's way bigger than the minimum
So
lot
it's
size.
plenty big. Suitability of the site for the proposed use.
Residential use, residential site.
Impact on traffic flow and safety.
Probably minimal.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna put in a second driveway, or are you gonna share?
There already is one.
There's a second driveway.
Can I ask the applicant a question? You had in-laws and family members there at some point. How long ago did it stop being used for that purpose?
Her mother died in the
In July of this past year.
in July.
So in the last year. Okay, so
Yeah.
the point that I was going to make is that there's minimal problems with that because she was already there, right?
Yeah,
Right.
we've had no issue at all down there.
Okay.
So it's minimal. Impact on neighborhood visual character, including views and vistas. There doesn't seem to be a change to the exterior.
No changes at all.
Adequacy of method of sewage disposal, source of water and drainage.
We've got the Board of Health talking about sewage. The Water Department says there's no water, so
They're gonna
drainage,
come,
I don't know if there's any drainage issues down there or not.
but there's no change to the exterior anyway, so it's really not.
You're
Dealing
not,
with the existing
you're not
structure.
moving any earth
Right.
around, so you're probably not changing any drainage.
Right. Adequacy of utilities and other public services. Again, there's probably no change there.
Yeah, no impact.
Impact on ground and surface water quality and other environmental and natural resource considerations.
You know, we
I
don't
would say
have-
it's not impact. We're dealing with an existing structure. I don't, it's not like they're building something new.
There's really no change.
Right. Well, with that, why don't I back up and find some wording here? Oh, where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's not here. Hang on. Unless somebody else has it.
What are you looking for?
Oh, the wording.
I'll make a motion.
I want to make a motion that,
Oh, that
help
the,
correct me if I get it wrong from memory.
Okay.
I move that the proposed use will
Will not have
negative impacts on either the,
Can we do it, Darlene?
yeah, you got it?
Yeah. Motion that the proposed use will not have adverse effects which overbalance its beneficial effects on either the neighborhood or the town in view of the particular characteristics of the site.
Second,
okay.
Not bad, not bad. It was close.
Is that the whole motion, a two-part,
that's just
cooperative
one.
motion?
That's just the first one, no, third one, actually.
All right, so we have a motion and we have a second. So polling the members, Vicky,
Yes.
Dave Chanel,
Yes.
Darlene Sedano,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes. Okay, the motion carries.
All right, so then I move to grant a special permit for this affordable accessory apartment with the following conditions. And let's help me not miss anything here. The first would be to confirm with the that the window is sizable for a egress, that the applicant complies with section section E
Yeah.
of
145-36, section E in its entirety.
That the permit will lapse upon transfer. Yeah.
This portion of it actually has a built-in termination, if you saw that. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we don't need that. And other than allowing Bill to sign the decision, is there anything else?
May I just ask one thing, Chairman Cadigan?
Yeah, sure.
I do need documentation from the applicant indicating that they are, because the application was not clear, it was
Right.
we might.
Yeah.
I would like that documentation for
Yeah,
the
okay.
record.
So you can make that part of your motion.
Well,
I might-
the permit is only good and granted if they comply. It's
Right.
for affordable accessory use
Okay.
apartment,
Okay.
which must comply with section E.
Yeah. They do say we are considering, but I mean, this whole application is on the accessory apartment under this.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
all right. I think
Can I-
it's a bit of it, but whatever.
Because if they
Uh,
don't consider it, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Am I
Bill, would
missing
you rather
people?
have someone else sign?
No, I can make it down there. I don't know
Well,
when.
Good thinking,
Next week
Vinnie.
we're talking, right?
Yeah, Bill, if you need me to do it for you, if you know.
No, I'll do it. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else? Any other conditions?
I can't think of any.
You didn't mention the address on the, in the motion, but I assume Beth would include that.
Yeah, it's for 5 Ryan Road.
Is there a second to that fabulous motion?
Second,
All right, Sean. Polling the members, Vicky,
Yes.
Dave Chanel,
Yes.
Sean,
yes.
Darlene,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes. Okay, the motion carries. So, I don't know, the choreography of this is that I think what we're going to try to do is talk to Eric before Beth files a decision. So that'll be a known and not an unknown. And so that should do it. I mean, the way our system works is we have 14 days to file a decision.
Okay.
And we usually beat that. And you'll get a notice in the mail with the town clerk stamp showing you the date it was filed.
Okay.
And you have to take that decision and record it at the Middlesex South Registry of Deeds.
Yeah.
These days they give you an instant receipt. So,
Great.
so there's a 20-day appeal period. So at the end of the 20 days, you go to the town clerk and she will certify that no appeals have been filed if that's the case.
Okay.
All right. And so once you have the town clerk's letter, plus the evidence of recording, you can go to the building inspector and get your whatever building permit or C of O or whatever you really need there. Okay?
Okay.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck with it.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
All right. Well, do we have anything else on tonight?
Laura, I like the picture on your ID. It's better than just the name. And now I know who you are.
Thank you for your approval, Dave.
Oh, I'm running out of steam, so I gotta
Okay.
go.
Okay. All right. You go rest.
Sure.
Get some rest. Get some rest. He's like, I
Thanks a
had
lot.
enough of that.
We're done though, right? We're
Huh?
all done?
I think so. I mean, there are a couple of
Okay.
correspondences you could look at. They're in the folder. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
I'll-
Do we need to
I'll do
close
that.
the hearing?
Close the hearing.
Oh,
Yep.
wait, before
I
we do-
move that we close.
Oh, before we do, I motion that we allow Bill Cadigan to sign on behalf of the zoning board on the previous decision.
Oh, second,
Second.
Okay. All right, polling the members, Darlene,
yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Dave Chanel,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes. Okay, so make it so. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Oh,
Thanks, guys.
close the
Good
hearing.
night, folks.
I
Bye-bye
move that we close the hearing.
Second.
Okay.
Who's vice chair? You want to follow up with the count?
There's a
Yeah,
motion-
just to close the
Motion to
meeting.
adjourn. Yeah, it was motion to adjourn.
Okay,
You don't have to close the hearing because
Oh,
the
that's
motion
right.
does that, but it's
Gotcha.
the
just,
decision does that. Okay,
Yeah.
second on closing the meeting, adjourning.
I seconded. And you got poll the members now.
Polling the members, David?
Yep.
John,
Yep.
Vicky?
Yep.
Bill?
Gone.
Gone. And
Resting.
I vote yes as well. We've got 4 out of 5. All right, we're good.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
great
Good night.
evening.